All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Alfred Collins had a shoulder. He returned. Chris McCaffrey with a stinger. Came back for a little bit, but we ended up taking him out. Jake Tonjes had a foot, didn't return. D. Winters got evaluated for concussion. Got cleared.
What do you tell your team after this game and after the season that you've had?
We obviously were real disappointed with today. We obviously didn't have it today. Credit to them. Try not to harp on that. I try to, we can discuss some of that stuff on Monday when we get back together. But I just thanked them for the whole season, how much they battled through everything. I know everyone in there was sick about tonight and the way that went in every facet. But I try not to make about tonight when I was in there with them. Just kind of thanked them for what they've done all year, and been extremely, extremely proud of everyone in that room throughout this year.
Kyle, you had on the first drive, your first drive, your fourth down, looked like you had converted, and they put that for a timeout. What was the explanation there? Did they say they just got the timeout in, or what was your kind of response?
Yeah, I was upset with it that we were able to run the play, but when it's noisy, I can't totally fault them for that. I don't know exactly how it happened. I didn't know that there was a timeout called, so I saw the play, and so did they, obviously. But sometimes when a coach calls a timeout, you can't get it all the way to the main guy, so it is what it is.
You seem to have some harsh words for Bernardo, or some intense dialogue there. Can you give us any background on what was going on?
Yeah, nothing in particular. Just coaching him on a certain play, a certain technique, and just coaching aggressively.
The long game after
you
benched him briefly there, was that related to a play that?
Yeah, we called him over to try to talk to him about a certain coverage, and then we got him right back in.
It's a long game, obviously, but that kickoff return, was that almost exactly what you cannot have happen? And would you feel like you were digging up, climbing out of a hole after that?
Not totally. If they score on the open and drive, it's the same issue too, So, it sucks when it's the first play and how that gets the stadium going and everything like that. But I thought we weathered that storm to a degree, It'd be nice to go down and answer right away. We got stopped on 3rd and 1 and stopped on 4th and 1. Then the next drive, we got the ball, we fumbled. So we gave them 2 scores like that and got down to a 17-0 deficit, which was tough and not at all what we wanted. I thought we weathered the storm when we made it 17-6. Was really hoping to go into the half at halftime with that score and would have felt pretty good about it based off how things went. I thought them converting that 3rd down on that last drive, they got the one on the penalty, I believe, if I'm remembering right, that allowed them to convert it. And on them scoring at the end of the second quarter, I thought was a huge deal in that game. That made us to where we had to answer on the first drive coming out, and we got stopped on 4th and 1 on that first drive coming out. And really after that, then the game was out of hand.
Your offense performed really well most of the season. Why do you feel it struggled so much the past 2 games against Seattle?
Because they got a really good defense. They got a real good defense. I liked how we came to play in that first half a lot more. I thought we were much more ready. I thought we were moving the ball. But when you get stopped on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, nothing counts for it. And then the next time up, we had a turnover with the fumble. And then when we got stopped on downs in the beginning of the 3rd quarter, then it was out of hand. And then we got away from the run, trying to get back into it. And that team doesn't give up big plays. That's why they're number 1 in the league over the last 2 years and not giving up big plays. And when you get down a lot, and it's going to be tough to get back if you can't generate those big plays.
How do you think Brock played? I think they only had a couple sacks, but he was running for his life a lot.
I thought, no one played perfect. No one played great today. No one coached great today. They got us pretty good. So, but I thought Brock made a number of plays out there. But on the second half, it got away from all of us.
Obviously, this is fresh right now, but how do you process, the resilience you guys showed to get this far with all the stuff you had to deal with during the season and the way it ends tonight?
I'll process that over the next. I'm going to process that a lot tonight. I'll do it a lot tomorrow. I'll do that over the next month. You think about the season always throughout the off season. Tonight's a little hard. I tried to articulate that to the guys so we didn't get caught up so much tonight. Like I said earlier, I'm very proud of a lot of guys in there, and we're extremely disappointed right now. But that doesn't take away for how I feel about the guys in there.
I know he didn't play, but Fred Warner wanted to play, and you had to kind of keep him at bay with it. He was in the box, came down at some point in the game to kind of get the team together. What can you just say about what he was able to kind of do out there to kind of help the defense to push through? Because they had a few plays where they were stopping the Seahawks offense quite a bit.
Fred was awesome in how he tried to come back and get ready to play for next week. But, that nothing matters with guys coming on the sidelines.
Well, this loss is historic in terms of 49er playoff losses. Just wondering, to have a season end like this, do you just kind of flush it? Or do you think that the imbalance of this loss is going to linger?
No, it's a loss. It's very understandable to see how it got away. We'll do that from a football standpoint, and you evaluate that throughout the offseason. But it was a tough playoff loss, but definitely don't make more of it than what it was. It was a loss.
The third and one and the fourth one that you got stopped on, you've had a lot of success with Purdy sneaking there. What would just not like the look on either of those, or what kind of was behind the play calls there?
Yeah, if the sneak was there, we would have done it. You know, they take away the sneak. So we sneak it when it's there, and they played all the sneak. They took up all the gaps on the inside on the plays, and we liked the pass. And then on the fourth down, we thought we could get to the edge because they're all inside playing the gaps to take away the sneak. So we thought we could leave one on the edge to option, and we missed that. And there was two on the edge, which made it a problem to option them.
There's another question that you're going to have to think about some, but what you accomplished this season with all the injuries, the young players playing, does it lead you to believe what's possible next season? You start thinking about that?
Yeah, I mean, I always will think about what's possible and stuff, and you know, but I mean, it's definitely the last thing I've thought about. I haven't thought about that at all recently, and haven't thought about it all up to this moment. But you know, a lot of guys got to play this year that haven't played in the past, and that should help us for the future. But we'll come in Monday, and we'll deal with all this stuff, put this game to bed, and deal with all the players, and then we'll very quickly start on our off-season plan and how to build this team the best way possible to give us a shot next year.
With Sam coming in with the oblique strain and not going through warm-ups, did you guys feel like you wanted to attack him? And is that pressure just hasn't been there throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, I know Sam with having the oblique stuff, but warm-ups are like that, but it takes a while for the Toradol to kick in, so we knew he'd be fine once kickoff came, which that doesn't really have to do with pressure and stuff. You know, that sometimes can affect how they throw, but usually when that Toradol kicks in, it doesn't. So Sam played really well today, but it was also just with the turnovers, the special teams touchdown, us getting stopped on 4th and 1 twice, which is the same as a turnover. That would actually, I think, be 5 if you count those. And it was a whole team deal.
What can you say about Christian and his ability to stay upright through a historic amount of touches? I'm sure there's stuff he battled through the season with you.
I think this was one of the most impressive seasons by an individual player ever, just in terms of what a warrior and man he is week in and week out. Like people to do that every week and to do it for 17 weeks in a row, not getting a bye week till December, and then to do it these last 2 games. Like Christian finds a way every week. He commits himself 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get his body possible to go out there and compete. And I've never been around anything like that. The dude was unbelievable, his dedication to really empty the tank every single game. And to be able to do that many games in a row is something that I've never really seen before.
Kyle, there's a distinct possibility you may lose both coordinators. What can you say about Sala and Kubiak and the job that they did this year for you?
They've been unbelievable. I love both those guys. They're 2 as good of coaches I've been around, and I know both of them will be head coaches, whether it's in a week or so or whether it's over the next few years. But we're lucky to have those guys, and for our sake, I hope that we'll still have them next year.
Would you let Kubiak go if it was a lateral move, if he had a play calling role as an offensive coordinator?
No. He calls a lot of plays here, so he's our offense coordinator. So I don't know why we'd let him be someone else's offense coordinator.
All right.
Thanks, guys.